Hey everybody, this is free functional medicine advice here. This is advice for the people who do not and cannot afford the expensive prices of your normal functional medicine provider, whether that be in professional fee or with blood work. Okay, and I want to cover fasting real quick. I just had somebody that I talked about fasting with, and when I explain fasting, I explain it in the relationship like a sunburn. Okay, the sun is not bad for you, but too much sun can become toxic on the skin, right? So if you've been out in the sun a little bit, it's summer right now, and you get a little sunburn on your arm, and you get a little bit pink, what do? You just get out of the sun, and you go to sleep, and you hopefully heal and recover that evening, and the next day you're a little darker, and your skin has healed and recovered a little bit. The same thing may be true for, let's say you got a really bad sunburn. Sometimes you get burned bad enough that you need to be out of the sun for a full 24 hours or 48 hours with no sun exposure. Like if you have a burn and your skin's peeling off or it blistered bad, you may not need any sun exposure on your skin for 3 straight days. And that's what a lot of people are dealing with when they're dealing with high inflammation related to food in their body. Like your gut lining has been irritated day after day after day after day, and you've never given those cells time to recover and heal and replicate and make new cells. So fasting, don't overcomplicate it. Okay, fasting is just limiting your exposure to food allergy, and the inflammation in your body is related to dietary proteins. A component of it is one that we can control the most is related from dietary proteins. So whether you start, like, there's certain people that have eaten 3 meals a day every single day of their life, right? Constant exposure to the lining and the cells of your gut, which if you combine an inflammatory diet with all the heavy grain, heavy sugar and all that stuff, and the stress-induced weak digestion with all that stuff, the food just damages the intestinal lining, and you end up exposing your body for more entry of food allergies into the bloodstream. So fasting, whether it's intermittent, start with intermittent. Do 1 meal a day, and do a powdered drink, one of the detox powders, or I may talk about in the previous video, or something. Like fasting, don't overcomplicate it. Let your body heal and recover by limiting exposure. If you have a bad sunburn, you don't put a bunch of sunscreen on top of the burn and get back in the sun. You remove the toxin from the equation by staying out of the sun for 2 to 3 days, right? Everyone can handle it. It's fasting. Water fast is tough. You may not be ready for that. Do a liquid only fast. Do anything. But a water fast is what's best, and reaching that once you get over the 2-day mark, it sucks. But once you get over the 2-3 days, it's easy, okay? And you'll be amazed at how much your body, your inflammation, your joint pain improves. And this is every aspect of any disease process. If it's related to a systemic inflammatory diagnosis, which it will be, every tendinitis, every arthritis has a component of systemic inflammation, and it will calm down if you improve your inflammation. So that's why fasting is so important. It's a big part of healing. It's tough to do. It's tough to do in the beginning when you're used to eating so much all the time, but you will handle it fine. So incorporate your fasting into your daily and the initial cooling off phase of high inflammation. And that's what's really important to understand. If you're a flamer, it's like you got to put out the fire. Do more than just no sugar, no grain, no fried food. Limit exposure to all food and watch how your body feels. Okay, good job.